Hi, and welcome to the Aspiring Actors Guide to New York.
It's the Aspiring Actors Guide to New York.
Yeah. Today we're drinking Prophecy. It's a red blend from 2014. It's a couple days old. So that's how I do. I'm too cheap to buy a fresh bottle every day. It's pretty good for being so old. Not vinegar yet. Today we're going to talk about what is an EPA and how do they work. EPA stands for an Equity Principal Audition, as in like a principal character, not as in you're not auditioning for somebody who's in charge of a school. The official sign-up begins an hour before. Typically, an Equity Principal Audition will start at about 10 o'clock or 9:30, depending on what building you go to. You can take a look at my other video, where to go to auditions. I'll link it right here. Maybe, if I can figure out how to do that. Sign-up begins an hour before the call. If you are non-union, you can show up whenever you want and put a piece of paper on the building, write your name on that piece of paper, and start the unofficial list. It is in your best interest to show up to the call when the monitor gets there to see if the list will be transferred. So get there an hour before, even if you signed up at 5 o'clock in the morning, just to make sure that the list gets transferred. Or make friends with people who are going to get there before, and they will tell you if the list got transferred. At an EPA, there are 4 lists that you got to keep track of. It gets a little crazy. It's a little convoluted. But I'm going to guide you through it and hopefully not confuse you more. The 4 lists. We begin with appointments. That's actually not a list. There are kind of 5 lists because there are appointments. If you're an equity member, you can get an appointment for an EPA. Only have to show up 10 minutes before your appointment and sign in, drop off your headshot and resume. I recommend getting there 20 minutes before so that you have time to settle before you actually go in the room. So appointments are always called first. Up next, we have the Equity Alternate List A. This is for equity members who were not able to get an appointment and have decided to sign up on the alternate list. So as soon as there is availability, somebody doesn't show up for their appointment, or if the monitor is moving quickly through people, they will throw in some alternates. There's also Equity Alternate List B. These are for equity actors who already have appointments, who don't want to give up their appointments, but want to try to get seen sooner. So they will go on Equity Alternate List B to try to get it out of the way sooner than later without giving up their appointment. They can also give up their appointment and go on Equity Alternate List A because things. I'm not going to go into that. The EMC list. If you are an EMC member, a member of the Equity Membership Candidate Program, there is a separate list for you. That is one of the main reasons you should join EMC the first chance that you get, because there's literally no downside except for that you pay $100 to join, but that goes toward your union dues eventually when you do join. I'll cover all that in another video. I may cut this all together. EMCs get in the same line as equity members. There's just one line up with the equity members, but then when you get to the monitor, you tell them which list you're going on. They'll know. They'll see your card and be like, you're not in the union, you're not getting an appointment. Give me your card, I'll write your name down. If you're an EMC, you can sign up on the EMC list anytime before lunch. You cannot sign up after lunch, so get there before lunch, finally, after they've gone through all those lists. They get to the non-union list. Now, if you're a non-union member, people can cut you at any time. It may not seem fair now, but the benefit of the union is you get appointments and you can get seen more often. Different times of the year. If you're non-union and you want to get seen, audition season is probably not the best time of the year for you. You are frequently going to sign up really early to be number 1 on the non-union list, and you're going to wait around all day and probably not get seen because the equity trickle is what I like to call it. You're waiting around. You might be ready to go in the next group. Maybe they've gotten through all the EMCs, but some equity members have come in and got in line. They call the next group, and then they call the next group, and there's the light. There's the light at the end of the tunnel, but a few more equities just trickle in. The equity trickle. It'll get you every time. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out. I'm Kyle Jurassic. My dogs are over there. You might be able to hear Lena snoring. Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week when we go over the EMC program, how to join, tips and tricks for how to get into an equity show when it seems impossible. Thanks for coming out. Chase your dreams.